In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Autocrat, which is an add-on for Google Sheets that will help you to merge some columns in your Google Sheet with a document that you created. So the example that we're going to do today is to say, let's say you are somebody that presents a lot and you are doing some short courses or whatever, and you need to give out a certificate of attendance to people that attended your courses. So we can use this Autocrat function to basically merge some of the fields, which could be the guy's name and surname, maybe the course name or whatever that is in a Google Sheet, merge that to a Google document, which will basically be your certificate. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So for that, we need to go to Google Drive. So please go to Google Drive. And then in Google Drive, we're going to create a new Google form. So we need the form to get the information from the guys that is attending the course. So this could be also an attendance roster or something. So we're just going to say the attendance of course, and then we can go and we're just going to put two very easy type of questions there just to get the guys your first name and last name, and then just make it a required question, and then we're going to add another question there that will say something like your email address. Okay, and we can probably just add some validation there to make sure that it is in fact an email address. So we just set the data validation there to text and to email address. So it will make sure that that is a valid email address. So we can just say not valid email address if that is not correct, and then we will say required question. Okay, so it's your mail address and the guy's first name and last name and his email address. And that's about it for this specific form that we need to do, because we need to get the attendance of the people. The first name and last name will be fine, and the email address to send out the certificate of attendance. Okay, so if I go to my live form, this is basically what will be there. So I'm going to put my name in there and my email address. Let's say that's the email address at gmail.com, and say submit. And I'm going to submit another response. Let's just say John Bean. John Bean. The email address, let's make it the same so I can just show you guys how the email looks like, and we're going to say submit. Okay, so now if we go back and close this one, if we go back to our responses to say view responses, I will basically have the guy's first name and last name, which I'm going to place on that certificate of attendance, and I've got their email address to mail it out for them. Okay, so let's say we've got 30 people now that's filled in that form, and we've got all their names and their email addresses. So now we can go and we can send out the certificate of attendance. So let's go and create a quick certificate of attendance. So I'm going to say new Google Doc. Okay, and we're just going to give it the title certificate of attendance, and you're going to say okay. And now let's say we want to have the logo there at the top, and so we're going to say insert image. You can upload it from your computer. I'm just going to quickly search for whatever logo we can get. Let's just take that one, say select. Okay, so something did not work there. Let's just do that again. Select. Okay, so now we've got two pictures. Let me just delete this one. Okay, so that one, let's just resize it. So let's say that's your logo now that we're going to use. I'm just going to say wrap text to move it nicely in the center. Okay, so let's say this is your logo now for your company that's basically building these courses. And now we can type something like certificate certificate of attendance. And then maybe we could put that one in the center of the page. We're going to make it a bit bigger. So let's say we're going to make it 30. We're going to use Pacifico, which looks like this. And let's make it blue. I like blue on the certificate, so we can say certificate of attendance. And then we can type and say this is to certify that. Okay, and this one we want to have normal type of text, so we just say Arial and we're going to leave it at black. And let's make it 14, no, it's too small. Let's make it 18. This is to certify that. And then we want to have the guy's name specified here. But now we want to get that name from this column that says your first name and last name. So I'm going to copy that column name, your first name and last name, and I'm going to use it here inside of these merge tags. So you've got the opening merge tag, and which is those two tags, and then the closing merge tag. And then in between should be your column name that you want to refer to in this specific one. So I'm putting the column name in there. And now we can, a nice little feature of Google Docs is I can go and click on this one, and using this little paint roller there, paint format, click on it and select that part, and it will format it exactly the same. But let's say we want to have it a bit smaller, and we want to have it this color. Okay, so it's going to say certificate of attendance. This is to certify that, and then it's going to place that guy's name here, and then we can go on and say has attended a short course on, and then we can take this same format that we've got there again and apply it to this part. Okay, so it's going to say certificate of attendance, this is to certify that, and then it's going to display the guy's name, has attended a short course on, and then we can add something like getting started with Google. And let's say we want to also have it the same color as that one and the same font, so we're going to copy that and just apply it here as well. And then maybe just make this one a bit smaller, getting started with Google. And let's say this is our certificate now. We can probably just add the date there to December 2014 or whatever you want, and have it the same format as that one again. So very easy to apply the different format. Okay, so we've got our certificate of attendance now. So it's basically going to have the logo, certificate of attendance. This is to certify that that specific guy has attended a short course on getting started with Google 20 December. And now you can add some signatures here if you like to, or whatever. Maybe make the logo a bit smaller. It's up to you. But let's say this is now our certificate of attendance. So we want to basically use these merge tags. It's very important, those two merge tags. And then the column name right in between. So that's the one that we want to merge. So if I go back then to, remember that Google automatically saves all changes, so you don't need to save anything. If I go back to my document where I've got my attendance, all the guys that attended the course, we can now use Autocrat in order to send out certificate of attendance to these guys. So how do we do it? First, we need to go to the add-on menu. Now you see I've already got Autocrat here, so you're just going to say get add-ons, and then you're going to type in Autocrat. Okay, so you'll see the top one there, Autocrat, is the one that you need to click on. So it's also going to show free. So you're going to click on free there, and it's going to ask you Autocrat wants to do the following, and then you need to accept, and then Autocrat will be installed. So just click on free there and install it on your PC, on your Google Sheets. So go to add-on, then go to Autocrat and say launch. Okay, so when Autocrat is done launching, it will basically make itself at home on the right hand side of your screen, and you can say new merge job. So when it's then done with creating the new merge job, it will basically ask you one of two options. Where is that specific document that you want to use as the merge document, which will be our certificate of attendance, and that sheet must have the merge tags. So we've got that merge tags in our document, and our document lives in Drive. So I'm going to say click on Drive, and then I'm going to search for that document that we created. So it's this document, the certificate of attendance. I'm going to select it. And then it asks you to give the name for this merge job. So we're just going to say attendance 2014 or whatever, attendance. So just to give the merge job a name. And then you'll see it's going to ask you in this Google Sheet that you are, which of the sheet, or in this document that you are, which one of the sheets at the bottom is the one that contains this merge data, or this data that you want to merge. So it's a form responses one there, and then the tag in your merge document is called your first and last name. So if I go to that, you can see that's the name of the tag basically, and then it's going to say the sheet header, so basically your column, which one does it correspond to, and that is your first name and last name also. And then we can click on save. So in this part there, this is basically what we want to name our specific document, and you'll see that we've got these tags at the top, the timestamp, which is the first column, your first name and last name, which is the second column, and your email address, which will be the last column. Okay, so we've got these three tags that we can use in order to create a nice naming convention for this specific document. So we're going to use that middle one as basically to just display the guy's name, or first name and last name. Then we're going to put a space and say attendance for short course, or whatever you want to have there, or just say attendance 2014, whatever you want to say. So basically it's going to say, for the first guy it's going to say, or let's say the second guy, it's going to say John Bean attendance 2014. So it's going to take that first name and last name from your sheet, and then you need to select the type that you want to create of the document type. So we're going to say PDF, so that the guys won't be able to edit it, to give their friends also a certificate of attendance. And then we're going to say email and share this merged document. So now you see there's a subject and a message for your mail that's going to go out to the person. So the addresses for the specific people is basically going to be that tag there. So you can send it to specific people, or you can just send it out to all of these guys in that column that we had there with the email addresses. It will basically put in all those email addresses in here if you use this tag, and it will send it out to all of those people. And then the subject, we can say something like your attendance, or your certificate of attendance. And then we can also send a nice personalized message. So we can say hi, and then use that guy's first name and last name from the Google spreadsheet. So hi, whatever, it's going to say hi John Bean. Here is your certificate of attendance. Hope you enjoyed the course. Okay, so basically just using those tags and filling out. So we can say here is your certificate of attendance on, and then we can also include the timestamp, for instance. When did he complete that specific course? Okay, something like that. And then we can say include the merged document as a PDF file attachment. So it's going to be a PDF document, and then we can say save. So when it's done saving that specific job that you created, the job will basically sit there at the top. So you'll see there's attendance 2014, and any time that you want to send out, so I can now just leave it like this, and tomorrow or whenever I want to send it out, I can just run the merge. And you'll see that it's now merging one of two jobs, and as it goes through the merged jobs, you'll see that there's a few columns that was added, and it will now start inserting all the link to that specific document and so forth, basically just sending out those mails as well. So now the job is completed, which means that we now have basically mailed those certificate of attendance to these two people. It's got the same mail address, so let me just quickly show you there. If I go to my mail, I will have two new certificate of attendance. So the first one there, your certificate of attendance, you will see it says, hi, and the guy's name, here's your certificate of attendance. Can you see there's the date? Hope you enjoyed the course. And look at the format for the document is also the guy's name and then attendance 2014. If I open up the document, you'll see it says certificate of attendance. This is to certify that this guy has attended a short course and so forth. If I go back to the mail, let's look at the second one. The second one is now John Bean, the other guy. Also his date of attendance, his document is also his name and attendance, and in his document it will be John Bean. So it's really really nice to use this to send out certificate of attendance to people. Also, if you go to your own Google Drive, you'll see that there's a folder that will be created according to that specific job that you indicated, attendance 2014. There will be a folder, and all of those guys' certificates will sit inside of this folder. So you can send out this document again if the guy has lost it, or whatever you want to do with this. You can just delete this or whatever. So I hope you guys have learned something from this video. Cheers.